my dad got a new computer, and so I was like, "Hey, what are you doing with your old computer?" Like, he's like, "Oh, it's just sitting here." I was like, "Cool, can I take it?" So I've got this Lenovo i7 ThinkPad thing, right? So I'm cool. I'm going to like I've just had actually coincidentally the computer or the server that is running home is now is my dad's previous before this thing, his tower, right? I'm just trying to reuse like hardware, right? I don't want to go out and buy a fancy
Yeah, I get it.
server, right? So I'm like, cool. So this thing's got like 256 SSD. I think it's got like 9 cores or something, 9 CPU cores. It's not the most powerful thing, but I'm like, you know what? Like, I want the Home Assistant OS experience. So I've chucked Proxmox on there, and I'm like, okay, do I just do the Nabucasa like backup restore, or do I start fresh? I'm like, oh, starting fresh. Like, here's my thing, right? Like, I'm a software developer, and we always want to rewrite the thing, right? And this is like a golden opportunity to rewrite everything. But also, it's 2026. AI is here. Like, I could create like an AI first Home Assistant like instance, right? Like,
True.
um, not that I want AI to control it, but there's the ability. Like now, I can actually set it up from the beginning that I could have MCP servers, like I could have Claude or Codex or whoever. Like I can just write to that and get it to write the automations for me. We've got purpose-specific triggers and automations, purpose-specific triggers and conditions coming out very soon. Like it's very much almost feature complete. Do I just reimagine how I do automations to fit into purpose-specific triggers? You know, scrap the old dashboards. Like dashboards alone, right? Like in the past
Yeah.
year, dashboards have come along like better than what I've got now on my old mushroom card ones.
Yeah.
Like part of me is like, oh, it's so tempting, right? Like I would have to do a production and staging setup and not do a complete like, switch over until the new instance is production ready, right? Because Home Assistant is very much live and used in my
Yep.
house. But then I'm also thinking, right, what would I miss doing that though? Like if I just because I've got Home Assistant installed from Proxmox, it's on its own VM. I've given it a few more CPU cores than Home Assistant Green would have. It's ready to go. It's on the screen where it's like, do you want to import your Nabucasa backup or do you want to start fresh? And if I start fresh, I miss a whole bunch of like history, right? Like I would lose my energy dashboard stats for like ever, right? Like I wouldn't be able to see, what my energy consumption
You,
was
you
over the
could
past
you
12
could keep
months.
your existing system as an archive for those logs, or you could potentially find a way to
Ooh.
try and export them into
Yeah.
like Grafana or something like that too.
Oh, that's a
So
good
you
point.
have it.
Yeah.
Or maybe even just
Yeah.
import it into. I don't know if it. I believe the backups would import that stuff in there too. So
Well, the backups, but I'm saying I don't want to do a backup though. I don't want to restore from a backup. I want to start fresh, right? This is the whole point.
the other question too is, what are you going to do with that information, right? Like maybe you throw Claude or ChatGPT or something like that at it and say, hey, distill all the patterns, distill whatever into a markdown document, and that way you just have it as a summary, and then that's it. It's a summary, right? And you might not be able to get specific values there, but
See, this is why I wanted to talk to you about this, right? Because this is like I
yeah,
like being able to bounce ideas. Like you're absolutely right. Like maybe I do just do like a summary document and then
yeah,
or yeah, archive it, right? Like I have the capacity, right, to
yeah.
just archive it as it is, start fresh. And if I want to go back and see, what was my power consumption in April 2026, I can go, all right, I'll just spin up the old Home Assistant instance and go into the
Yeah,
dashboard from there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Turn it on and play with it, right? And
Yeah.
browse around, whatever.
Well, maybe I'll do
I
that.
mean, you'll
Okay.
be stuck. I wouldn't advise upgrading and those kind of things, but you know,
Well, that's true. That's very true. You wouldn't upgrade. It would be purely for
well,
archival purposes. Um,
we may have
so
lost
yeah,
you.
that's
We may have
where I'm
lost
at.
you.
Well, I'd love to hear like people's thoughts on that. Like, what would you do? Like? Would you start from scratch? Like, what would you do? Or if you did start from scratch, what would you do differently in your home instance today? I know I would like to keep my. I've got so many like junk devices. You just accumulate. All of a sudden you pair a device and then it stops working, or a device stops working. It just hangs around as a ghost device in your system. I'd like to clear all the cobwebs out. Do the templates uh, with more modern template syntax now that is here. Like I've got templates that have been running for 5-6 years. Right. For me, it's a great opportunity to start again. I don't know how I'm going to manage the two instances in that cutover period. I might, particularly like I have Zigbee, Z-Wave.
Yeah.
I would have to either put them on Wi-Fi for a little bit, so they would have instances pointed, like two instances pointed at the same Z-Wave JS server, ZHA, USB. Oh, actually, I don't know if I could do that. See, there's a challenge already, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's just my current thing. I'd love to hear
Yeah.
other people's thoughts too. Right.
Yeah,
Um,
but I'm kind of interested too. Put it in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, or
yeah.
email us. Yeah,